Aye, aye. Big day today. We're opening up the new shop. So I thought I'd make the effort, like, you know.
It really frightened me the other day. Couldn't sleep thinking about it.
What?
Sue and Terry arguing.
Don't worry about it. Everybody falls out sometimes. It's only natural.
Not the way they were, though. It really upset me. I couldn't sleep because it was preying on my mind afterwards.
Look, everything will be all right. They'll be friends again this morning. Look, why don't you come back to bed with me, right? And, catch you up on some sleep.
I suppose I could, couldn't I?
Yeah. We can do whatever we want. It's our house.
Morning.
Strangely enough, however, the present landlord, Neil, and his wife Lisa,
Oh, come on, you two. It's supposed to be one of the biggest days of our lives, and look at the pair of you.
Oh, you're only opening the shop, Dad. It's not as if you've discovered penicillin or something worthwhile.
I shall curb my reply to that young lady, knowing the difficult circumstances surrounding your attitude at the present moment.
You won't?
Yeah, well, I know she's still got a cob on over them stupid trainers, so I won't be too hard on her.
Oh, well, at least we both agree that the stupid trainers.
Jackie, you know, I once thought I was badly done to her with no shoes, until I met a man with no feet.
She'll have no feet. She goes to school again as she did the other day. I still blush thinking about it. Look what your teachers think.
Mum, I don't care what the teachers think.
Ah. Then why do you care what people think about what you wear on your feet, then?
Well, because all my mates have got real trainers and I'd feel right if you're turning up in naff gear.
Yeah, but you don't have to follow what everybody else does, do you, Jackie? You can be an individual and set the trend.
Yeah, save you if you bob, you mean?
Hey, don't be so cheeky, you.
Yeah, but it's true, isn't it? I mean, why are you all dressed up this morning?
You know why I'm dressed up. I'm going to open the shop.
Yeah, and you want to make a good impression with the new customers?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, not until you do agree that clothes are important.
Of course you do. You're free to get that from.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I know that I'm not going to pay a small fortune for trainers just because they got this month's fashionable name on them.
Yeah, but they're good quality as well, you know. I mean, it's cheaper for you in the long run.
Oh, are they? Well, I'll just buy the cheaper ones if you don't mind. See how long they last.
Well, Dad, they'll last forever because I'm not going to wear them.
Hello, Fran. I'm sorry to bother you so early. It's Terry here, Terry Sullivan. You wouldn't happen to know where Sue is, would you? It's just that, well, I've just got in off night and her or the baby aren't here. Oh. I just can't think where they could be. No, I'm sorry to bother you. Thanks, Fran. See ya.
Hey, I've Got somebody special to perform the opening ceremony, you know.
Have you, love? Who?
Top secret. But I know you'll be impressed when you find out who it is.
Oh, come on, tell us who it is.
When the time's right, you'll find out.
Come on, give us a clue.
All I'm going to say is that she'll be there to open up when we get there.
Oh, it's a she, is it? Who?
Oh, there won't be anybody worth thinking about. Because if my dad went by halfway decent journals, he's not likely to splash out on a celebrity, is he?
Hey, don't you be so sure, madam. I'm talking about an investment here, as opposed to a waste of cash. Cash which we don't have, incidentally, because it's all been ploughed back into stock. I don't know, Jackie, you seem to think that money just appears in my wallet. Doesn't, you know, it has to be worked for. So if you want these fancy trainers and such, why don't you try thinking the other way round just for once and try and work out ways that you can earn money to pay for them?
Yeah, as long as you're not expecting me to work in the shop.
Of course I'm expecting you to pull your weight. We've all got to do our share, you know. This is a family business.
Yeah, then we should all try and make a good impression and wear the right clothes.
I think little family patience is called for. All round.
Well, let's just all try and be ready to leave in 10 minutes, eh?
Mr. Sullivan.
Yeah?
I'm Detective Sergeant Kent. This is Detective Constable Lloyd. I'm afraid we've got some bad news for you.
Sue?
Do you mind if we step inside? Mr. Sullivan?
Is it Sue?
I think we should sit down. I'm sorry to have to inform you that a woman and an infant who we believe to be your wife and child have been found dead. I'm sorry to break this news to you like this, but... Mr. Sullivan?
You said you weren't sure. You assumed it to be Sue and Daniel?
Well, she didn't have any identification on her. Or her handbag. But we are nearly certain it is your wife and child. Mr. Sullivan, is there anyone you'd like us to contact? We're going to need somebody to identify the bodies.
I never wanted to argue, but I'd love to.
Sorry?
We'll never fall out again.
You and your wife fell out, Mr. Sullivan.
What?
You just said you'd never fall out again. What exactly did you mean by that?
Well, when she's home.
When did you last see them?
Yesterday morning. I don't know what's happened. Where are they?
I think we better go down to hospital. When we get there, we'll see if you're up to identifying the bodies.
Why, what's happened?
A woman and an infant have fallen from a scaffolding tower, and we believe them to be your wife and child.
Did you call for an ambulance, Mr. Sullivan?
No.
Do you know where they were yesterday?
No.
You weren't concerned about where they were then, after you fell out?
I just don't know. Scaffolding. What were they doing on scaffolding? It can't be Sue. Scaffolding. It can't be Sue. It can't be.
Yes, well, there are a lot of questions to be answered. We'll start off by going down to hospital, shall we? All right.
How long have you been caretaker of the shops, Mr. Corkill?
Oh, well, just a few weeks, you know. She was a lovely woman. I don't just mean good looking. I mean she was really nice and all. And the kid. Just bear thinking about. The police haven't got a clue what she was doing up that scaffolding, you know.
Did she ever seem capable of committing suicide to you?
No. Cops think it was suicide, don't they?
I believe so.
Terrible. Poor Terry. I bet he thought all their problems were behind him. And now this. It's terrible.
Everybody goes through rough patches, though, don't they? What's he like, her husband?
Terry? Oh, he's a good bloke. I mean, there's not many fellas who'd stand by their wife after she'd told him what she'd done.
Oh? What was that?
Please, hang on, love. I don't want to be, saying anything out of turn, not like at a time like this.
It'll all come out anyway. It's just that if one of those tabloid men get any dirt, they'll blow it up out of all proportion. I just thought I could do a sensitive piece on them and keep the record straight.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It'll all come out in the end, won't it? Terry wasn't Daniel's dad.
Really? And how did he take it when he found out?
Had a right Barney, didn't he? Out on the close for all to see. I mean, most of the time he's a quiet bloke, but when he blows, he blows.
Beware the fury of a patient man, eh?
Exactly. He had his chin on the ground when I saw him yesterday morning. Bit me head off just because I said good morning to him.
Did you tell the police that?
Oh, yeah. Well, he asked me when was the last time I'd seen Terry and Sue, and I told him yesterday morning. I still can't believe it.
And who was the father of the child?
Hey, hang on. Leave me out of this, love.
OK. Well, give me a bell if you can think of anything I might be interested in. And I can usually manage to claim a few expenses along the way.
Hey, hang on. You don't think I'd try and make money out of a tragedy like this, do you?
Of course not. The important thing is to think of everything. Try and come up with a reason why a mother and toddler should be up a scaffolding tower to fall off it. Then we can help prevent deaths like this happening again. It's our duty.
Who is she then, this mystery woman?
All will be revealed at exactly 9 o'clock when she opens the shop. And the first-thing customers get a 10% discount when she serves.
Oh, so she's serving as well, is she?
Hey, listen, when I book a celebrity, I get my money's worth.
Oh, you do surprise me.
What's the point of with the kids, though?
Oh, aren't most people most of the time?
But most people don't open their own shops, do they? I mean, the least I expected was a bit of enthusiasm.
Oh, Jackie's got a sulk on. It can't last forever. And all Mike's got his head in his van. And it's not cool to show enthusiasm for a shop. Nor your parents, for that matter of fact. And our Tony. Just not a Tony. Hey, I'm surprised you're surprised.
Don't tell me. It's been broken into. All me stock. You're supposed to be taking care of this place, aren't you? You're the caretaker.
Wouldn't be so bad if it was only that.
You what?
What's happened?
It's Sue and Danny Sullivan. There's been some sort of an accident.
Oh, no. Hope it's not too serious.
About as serious as it could be.
They're not.
Good God. How?
It's all a bit of a mystery, Bill. They both fell off the top of the scaffolding tower.
Tell Barry Grant to take that scaffolding down.
What the hell were they doing up there?
God knows.
I take it you knew them.
Who are you, like?
Carol McDermott. I'm a reporter assigned to this community. And I'm trying to find out the facts to try and stop tragedies like this happening again.
She's all right. This is Ron and Dee Dee Dixon. They were supposed to be opening up their new shop this morning.
Bad luck.
I can't believe it. They're our neighbours.
The police think it might be suicide.
No.
Could you think of any reason she'd contemplate that?
She knows about Danny.
What about Danny?
Well, I thought everyone knew. About Terry not being his dad and that.
You just don't know what goes on behind the front door, do you?
I believe she was a lovely person, was she?
So you're going to be all right to be on your own?
Yeah. Give somebody a call, mate. Don't be on your own.
Look, would you like us to step inside with you for a little while?
No, thanks. You've been very kind. I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the best start of the day?
Oh, I don't know. We'll be all right after we've had a decent breakfast, Eric.
I meant him, boss.
Oh, him.
I don't remember yesterday.
It's true then, is it the murder? Murder? I just met Dolly Sparrow down at the post office. She says some fellas killed his daughter after finding out she was a drug addict.
Why don't you just shut up and go away?
Who do you think you're talking to? Our shopkeeper, are you now, eh? Mr. Iron Mighty?
Everybody's upset, Julie. Don't take it personally.
Upset? He's no need to talk to me like that. I'm practically one of the family. What would his dad think if he had that sort of attitude from his son to his fiancée?
Julie, dear, it's Sue that's died and little Danny Sullivan.
Sue, from next door? How?
It's a terrible shock to all of us. I mean, we just can't believe it. Oh, I understand that, but you appreciate we have to ask these questions. We have to find out exactly what happened.
I'm sorry, I can't remember. I think I saw her yesterday morning, but I can't be sure. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Johnson. But as you know, we're investigating the events that led up to the death of Mrs. Sullivan and her son, Daniel.
I wouldn't say we were mates. More like good neighbours, you know. I mean, we don't go out boozing together. But if I was to see him in a pub, I'd certainly buy him a pint.
Could you tell me the last time you saw Mrs. Sullivan, Mr. Johnson?
I saw her yesterday morning. I didn't speak to her. I don't know anything. I was doing a bit of varnishing, so I was in and out a few times. But at Max, over the way at number 7, he talked to her.
I believe you share a taxi with Mr. Sullivan.
I know, about 2 years now. We first met when we were working for an undertaker's, Dawson's. And we decided to try the taxi business. We don't see one another socially. Don't get the time, to be honest. We're good mates. It's tragic.
I can't guess at what happened. But I'll tell you this. She'd be the last person I'd think of to commit suicide.
Oh, Frank, who knows?
Sue Sullivan.
Well, nobody else knows what's going on inside anybody else's head.
But not the baby as well. She'd never do that to her own kid.
It's unthinkable. It's awful, isn't it? I can't believe it.
I know, love. We all feel the same way.
They're coming back over to talk to Max afterwards. I reckon he's the last person on the close to have seen her alive.
Yeah, it's probably my fault. I told the police that he was talking to her yesterday. After the guy with the flowers left her looking a bit upset, you know.
Who's that then?
I'm sorry about this, mate. If I'd known you'd just come off nights, I wouldn't have knocked.
Don't worry about it. So what did you say? He fell off the top of a scaffolding tower. What were you doing up there in the first place?
I don't know. It's a weird one. Handy having a copper as a neighbour, though. What's the husband like? You must know him pretty well.
They've had their ups and downs, same as everybody else. They had a big row recently, though. My girlfriend heard it. Not what it was about, but just the thoughts of it, you know.
Oh, I'll have to have a chat with her. Where can I find her?
Here.
Have you seen Terry, Mick?
No, not yet.
Trying to cup of tea first, mate. I've just brewed up.
Cheers, mate.
Come on, Margaret. It's not really on.
Just tell him what you know. Nothing more, nothing less. Terry'll have to tell him himself anyway.
Oh, he must feel just dreadful. And to have to go through questioning as well.
It's the way it is. So what are you going to do today, then?
I don't know. I just feel drained. I can't believe it, can you?
It's happened.
Poor Sue. Little Daniel.
Poor Terry.
Mr. Sullivan,
Yeah, that's what you want.
I'm Carol McDermott, and I want to help. There are going to be a lot of media people wanting to speak to you. And as I'm local and actually share the community with you, I think I can help. Shall we talk inside?
I'm sorry, I don't want to talk to anyone at the moment.
I know. That's why I'm here.
Who exactly are you?
Well, this is my job. But I'm here because I care.
A reporter? I've just lost my wife and child and you want a story. What's that? Give me that! Give me that, you...
They sure done wrong and are now fessing up in the hope that those they have wronged will find it in their hearts to forgive or forget next.